cool tools are out now, and I'm so excited about them. I'm Melanie Johnson. I'm the founder and owner of Elite Online Publishing. And listen, if you're trying to market your book and you're confused by how to do it and use AI, let me walk you through a few steps that we've discovered that really work for our authors. So, number one, you got to sign up for ChatGPT. I recommend using the paid version. It's like $20 just to get started. All right. So, that's where you want to begin. So, the next step is you want to upload your book to chat. You're going to start a new chat there. So click that plus button and then put your book there. Download just the PDF copy of it. And then you want to ask the ChatGPT, the AI, who is my target audience for this book? You think you know who your target audience is, but AI may have a different version. But you want to say, tell me who my target audience is, give me complete details and demographics, where they hang out, what they do, what they listen to, social media channels. Okay, so be more descriptive in your prompt that you're going to give it to analyze your book. Then it's going to give you this great output, that things that maybe you never would have thought of, okay? Then once you have your ideal target audience, I always call it the avatar, then what you want to do is say, make a social media calendar that would be great outreach. So first off, I'm going to take one step back. Make sure you say, act as a social media expert. So tell ChatGPT, act as a social media expert and create a social media calendar for me. Only do it for like a quarter, okay? And then create that calendar. But say first, ask me any questions you need for clarification. It may ask you a couple questions, answer those. Then it's going to create this calendar for you, right? It's going to have all the different platforms that they think you should target, the types of social media you should put each of those platforms for each month, and come up with the themes for that calendar. Then you can take it a step further, and let's say it says, write an article LinkedIn every other week or every week, and then ask it to write that article. So now you have it in its writing for you, and you're going to say, all right, Melanie, that's great, but this article doesn't sound anything like me. It doesn't sound like my book. So now what? So I say there's the 10-80-10 rule. It's you put in your content, which is 10%, and the prompt, and then you've asked ChatGPT to give you output. Then you have to go edit it again. But here is an insider secret to that, is if you create a personal GPT. So in ChatGPT, there's a thing called GPTs. You click on that, go to the right-hand corner and say create, and then upload anything that's about you and your personality, any videos you have of you talking, your kind of tone, like mine is very inspirational and happy and motivational type of tone. So I have my own personal GPT. So every time I write something in there, I say, make it sound like me. I just go in my GPT and it automatically sounds like me. So I tell the story where my assistant was writing some emails for us, and I said, gosh, they sound very corporate. And I said, did you use my GPT? And she said, no. And then once she put it through, it sounded so much better, right? It was the tone of our company, our culture. So you want to learn how to create that GPT. We create these for our clients so they can use those and have it for themselves. So if you'd like us to help you with that, make sure you reach out to us. So back to AI. So now you've created this calendar. You ask it to write the content for you and then edit it all. The only thing ChatGPT isn't going to do, it's not going to post it for you. All right. So I want you to set your goals. Now that you have your avatar and you have your social media calendar, now set the goals of what you want to achieve with this. And then ask AI, how can I achieve these goals? If it's selling more books, if it's getting more clients in, ask AI what its advice is, right? I always say, if you're trying to get more clients using your book, it's not necessarily about book sales. What it's really about is using your book as an advertising and marketing tool. So that means give your book away for free as much as you can. So an example of this is, let's say you're being interviewed on a podcast. So when you're interviewed on a podcast, offer the podcast host your book to his entire list and his whole audience for free. Then you have now spread the word. You can ask a favor. Hey, you get my book, leave a review is the only thing I ask in return. So now you're expanding your audience, and some people, so they didn't pay $9.99 for your book or $24 for your book and you got $2.50 in royalties. But if they became a client of yours and they paid you $5,000, $10,000, or they become a client for life, what is the value of that? And it increases your brand awareness, your personal brand of who you are. So I say, if that is your goal, if your goal is to be a speaker, if your goal is to increase your business, then use your book as that advertising tool and give it away. You can give it away on social media. You can give a chapter away, 2 chapters away. Give the audiobook away. That's another great way to do it, because some people don't want to read, they would rather listen. So you can give the MP3 away to, again, the audience from a podcast. If you're speaking somewhere, you can give it away there. We use the Flipbook. We turn our author's book into a Flipbook, which is like a digital book. It looks like a book that the pages turn and you can hear the pages turn instead of having just a PDF. And then you can capture the audience's contact information. And the reason that's so important is because then you can retarget them or start keep a communication going with them and have conversations with them, because obviously they must have liked what you said. And when Amazon sells your book, guess what? They do not give you the contact information at all. So you don't know who bought your book. So that's another great way. We love to use Flipbooks as well. If you need help with that, it's not very expensive, and we set up the opt-in for you, which is where people put their name, email, and phone number and capture all that information, and then you can add them to your email list, which I've talked about on other videos about having that automated email system that you can send newsletters out, or an email at least weekly is what I recommend. Some people say, oh, that's just too much. I should only talk to them once a month. That is not enough. They're going to forget about you. I would say at least once a week you should be communicating with your audience, okay? So that is some of the key that I think that we do, and using some of the AI with that. So remember about setting up AI, go to ChatGPT, and we might do a video where we're actually walking you through this and doing an instruction with it. But if you're not a DIY type of person, be happy to reach out to us and we can set up your own GPT and get you going on ChatGPT. Ask these right questions. We have really elaborate prompts that we use that are proprietary. Really dive into this information and get the great marketing for you to make sure you're setting up your marketing and not making these marketing mistakes. Okay. So anyways, if you are having questions about marketing your book, questions about AI, would like to integrate AI into your life so you're ahead of the curve instead of behind the curve, and need some marketing tips or market help, we do social media, we do email marketing, we do LinkedIn marketing, we do content marketing of blogs and articles. Reach out to us, and of course we make all our authors bestsellers. So keep writing, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us today.